Morning driver, it's freezing out here. Your first and only stop is signal Whiskey Sierra 207 at Willesden Junction. Be aware of the signals. So we're in a class 92 from Swanley to Willesden. So first thing to do is put in the master key, put the reverser to neutral. Reset the AWS, go outside, set up the headlights. Oh, yeah, we go. Set the speed set to 25. Put that to the speedometer. Like that. Set up the rest of the cab. So, instrument lights on, tail lights off. Yeah, that's it. And we should be good to go. So this is Swanley on the Chatham main line between Bromley South and Chatham. So we'll be in this class 92 all the way from here to Willesden. Willesden, which is about 25 miles away. And we're just hauling a bunch of containers. So we'll be following along train 623 Yankee 637 Dollands Moor sidings to Daventry International Low Freight Reception RFD. So to Swanley at 8:08 and Willesden by 9:12. This train somehow managed to keep a very consistent 20 minutes late. I think one of my cats just opened the door with their head. Because I can do that. So the stations we will be passing through are Swanley, St Mary Cray, Bickley, Bromley South, Shortlands, Ravensbourne, Beckenham Hill, Bellingham, Catford, Gotham Park, Nunhead, Peckham Rye, Denmark Hill, Clapham High Street, Wandsworth Road, Imperial Wharf, West Brompton, Kensington Olympia, Shepherd's Bush, before joining the West Coast Main Line at Willesden. So it's going to be a very long journey. I'm not sure if I might split this video into two. Probably might cut it at like the 20-minute mark, because I don't want the video to be too long. So I think this map is a amalgamation of the Chatham Main Line, the North London Line, the Goblin Line, and the South London Network. So it's a very big map. Like if I press 9, the map is huge. Also, I think this train might have actually been hauled by a 66, not a 92. But I just wanted to do a 92 video because looking at my previous videos, I haven't done one yet. So, that's what I thought would be kind of cool to drive a 91 on third rail, instead of using the overhead wires. We're now passing through St Mary Cray station on the Chatham main line. I almost said Chiltern, that's completely the wrong one. Speed limit is going down to 60. So put in a light brake application. I think we're approaching the junction from Orpington. The trains go to, I think it's Charing Cross. Yeah, when I was making this scenario and reading all the timetables, I was surprised to see how few trains there are. Because this train ran on the 14th, and today is the 19th. So I think it's a Saturday or a Sunday. It's because I think the core was closed, which is why most Thameslink trains were starting from Blackfriars. Speed limit is now at 60. So the line to the left goes to Orpington. By the way, I think we're on the up slow, and the up fast is on the right. Pop power's at 50%, should keep us at fairly high speed. When I get my frames back. The line joining us now is from Orpington. Pair of 375s heading to Ashford. Oh yeah, I remember the brakes on the train being particularly bad, which is why I've gone into maximum brake application. Well, before emergency. Yeah, there's a train starting from Bournemouth South going to Victoria, stopping at all stations in front of us. We have a single yellow aspect, which means we need to stop at the next signal. I think this is the only danger signal we should get before we turn onto the line towards Ravensbourne. You can see the danger signal up ahead. Yeah, when I was doing a practice run on this scenario, I actually went past the signal of accident because I didn't know how bad the brakes were in this train. Just slowly just crawling up to the danger aspect. I think I'll release the brakes when we get to about 2.5 miles an hour. I think the thing about the Class 92 is that I think it's the traction motor fans, they're really loud. Kind of like the Class 86 and the 87s. So if you look in the distance up ahead, it is Bromley South. After sitting here for about 2 minutes, we can now depart, even though gravity is already doing it for us. So the next signal should be in Bromley South Station. I think I just cruised about 50 miles an hour. So at Shetland Junction, we'll be going right off the Cheltenham main line and towards Ravensbourne, and then go onto the South London network map at Crofton Park. Before making our way through South London through Denmark Hill to the West London line at Imperial Wharf, and then join the West Coast main line at Willesden, where the scenario ends. We now have a single yellow aspect, which means we can pass through the station and then stop at the next signal. There's a 700 from Blackfriars. Yeah, I do like 92s, they're pretty good. So we're driving 9299, which has the name of Marco Polo, the explorer. So you can see the danger specs coming up around the corner. It has now changed to a single yellow aspect, which means we can proceed through this one and stop at the next one. I think the next signal is in Shortland Station. So we were booked to pass through Shortland Station at 8:10. The actual train passed through at 8:24. So we're kind of on time-ish. Well, on time compared to the actual train, about 20 minutes late compared to the working timetable. So at Shortland Station, we will be waiting for other trains to cross over our path so we can head towards Ravensbourne. I got clear aspects. Cool. The speed limit is still 60. And I think it'll be 60 all the way to Willesden, so we won't get the 75. Also, the train is timed for 60 miles an hour maximum anyway. So now we are sorry. So now we are going under the Chiltern Main Line towards Beckenham Junction and Victoria. London Victoria, not Manchester or Southend or any other Victoria. This is Ravensbourne Station. What's this on the screen? Disturbance presence. Press clear to look at message. Oh, this one. Press fat button. Okay. So F. I think with the AP Clock 92, I like this screen the best because it comes up with a digital speedometer instead of this one down here with the squirrely bar thing. We're now passing through Beckenham Hill Station. What I have a feeling of 40 coming up in a mile. I think these are Bellingham sidings or something. When I'm passing through Bellingham Station. I think the only trains that come down here are Thameslink ones. So after the 40 limit, the speed limit will be going back up to 50. I'm not sure if it ever goes back up to 60. Other power was about 50. Then there's something about the South London network that I like, or maybe just London in general. Specifically, London to Brighton and the South London network are my favourite routes. Well, after Liverpool Manchester because it's kind of like my local type of area, Manchester. This is Catford Station. And to the right is Catford Bridge. Speed limit is now 50. Is there like a train length button? Because I kind of forgotten the button for it. I guess I could just look in the manual. Well, the Night 2 is kind of struggling to copy here. The next station will be Crofton Park, where we join the South London network map. This is Crofton Park Station. I think this train might have not also been hauling containers rather than those box wagon things. I think the train might have previously come from the Channel Tunnel as well. Got double yellow aspect, which means we need to stop at the next signal. It's either the signal just before Nunhead or the signal at Nunhead. I think some routes look really nice in the snow, because most of the time we just see it with grass and everything. I think in the distance is the Shard at London Bridge. Yeah, so the danger aspect is in Nunhead Station. The speed limit is also 40. We'll soon be going back up to 60. That's green. We will also have to change power modes at Shepherd's Bush before we join the West Coast Main Line at Willesden. Yeah, when I was doing the test drive, it took me quite a while to figure out how to switch power modes. Hopefully I remember it for now, so the changeover from DC to AC should be quicker. So the next station will be Peckham Rye, where we join the line from Surrey Quays and London Bridge. Also, the speed limit will be going down to 30 as we go into the up slow. Line to the left goes to Tulse Hill. Now crossing on to the up slow. That's green. Why does it keep doing that? Disturbance present. Press clear. So press FAP. There we go. Speed limit will be going up to 45. This is a Denmark Hill station. We have a warning for 30 after we pass over Brixton. Line to the right bypasses Loughborough Junction and goes on to Elephant Castle, Blackfriars, the Thameslink Core, and then the Midland Main Line to Bedford. I don't know, there's always something about driving a freight train as it kind of winds through South London. I wonder when this line was originally built how much it would have cost to have literally all the track elevated above the street. It must have cost a fortune. So below us is Brixton Station, but we're going to pass right over it. So we were timed through Brixton at 8:31. The actual train passed through at 8:52. So how come the actual train took way longer to get here? Was there a train I missed? Like a train in front? I don't think so, because when I looked at the timetables, they were quite empty. So the next station will be Clapham High Street. Speed limit will now be going up to 45 as we approach Clapham High Street. There's a 378 on the stopping train from Clapham to Dalston, both junctions. When I get my frames back, thank you. So speed limit will be going down to 20 after Wandsworth Road, where we go under the Brighton Main Line and the line from Waterloo as we join the West London line towards Willesden. Line to the left goes to Battersea Park, line to the right goes to Victoria, and in the distance you can see Battersea Power Station. I think it's closed now. The line straight on also goes to Victoria, but via Stuart's Lane Depot. Yeah, I think it's a north part. The north part of Clapham Junction is like a whole mess of different lines. Because if I just pull up the map, it's just a giant mess of lines. When you got Battersea Park, you got Queen's Road, I think. Queen's Town Road, you got Clapham Junction, you've got Imperial Wharf. So another fault detected. Press FAP. And there we go. If FAP is the fault acknowledgement button, push button. Just join it to FAP. Speed limit is now 25, so we're going up to 30. So we're now going under the Brighton Main Line from Victoria. London, Victoria, not Manchester. Wasn't someone's TV show about dogs filming Battersea? Yeah, remember seeing like a very small segment of it, and it showed like a 465 going somewhere on an elevated piece of track. So the next signal will be at danger. Because it wanted to make sure that we didn't get to Willesden too early. So we'll just put a 378 in front of us. I think it's been a very nice drive so far. I haven't really said anything other than what's happening on screen, like what's been happening with Northern and Union. I was just falling apart. So I think at the signal we should be here for about 5-10 minutes. So I'll just cut the video here and then start recording again when the signal changes. So line going off to the left is to Clapham Junction. Line from the right is from Victoria. So Soul Leader's calling up to the danger aspect. I think this is a good place to stop, so we're not too close to the signal. So we now have a proceed aspect, so we can now get going. So we're now on the West London line on the Goblin map. So the lines from the left are from Clapham Junction, used by London Overground and Southern trains. So London Overground trains from Stratford Regional and Southern trains from Milton Keynes, which during the evening they start from Waterloo Junction. Disturbance presence. Go and press the fat button like that. So the 20 is for freight, the 30 is for passenger. So pass speed set down to 20. And we should be approaching the next signal soon. We are now crossing the River Thames. And the speed limit is now going back up to 50. So you can see the 378 to Stratford in the platform at Imperial Wharf. So 378 is now leaving Imperial Wharf, which means this signal should clear soon. We now have a proceed aspect, which means we can now pass through Imperial Wharf Station. So if you want to try the scenario out for yourself, I will put a link to it on Google Drive, so you can download a zip file. Then you just drag the scenario file into the root folder. I'll put a readme file in there as well, so you can copy the directory to the root file and then just copy the scenario file into there. This is Imperial Wharf Station on the West London line. The next station will be West Brompton, where we meet the London Underground. I forget which line. I don't really know the tube that well, because I hardly ever use it. I don't think I've used the London Underground in about 4 years. I mean, I would like to go to London again, but just paying for it. So you can see the repeater is displaying. So the repeater is at the 45-degree angle, which means the signal up ahead is clear, even if it is a single yellow. I think there used to be a station here. Don't know what it's called. Also, the speed limit is 50. So 0.4 mile to the next signal. So we're now approaching West Brompton. Signal is yellow. And that's green. The next station we will be passing through will be Kensington Olympia. Have a single yellow aspect, which means we need to stop at the next signal. Might pull the brakes on a bit harder. So the line on the left is the London Underground line. I don't remember which one, so I'll probably put a caption on screen. This is Kensington Olympia Station. As a 378 from Stratford to Clapham Junction. They changed power modes at Shepherd's Bush. We were due through Kensington Olympia at 8:46. The actual train came through at 9:05. So we're just crawling through Kensington Olympia at about 6 miles an hour. I guess the signal block is really far away. Maybe the next signal is at Shepherd's Bush Station. Why are the platforms here so long? I mean, that platform on the left, the platform on the right is a bit shorter. Why is the platform so long? Oh, yellow, cool. So the next station will be Shepherd's Bush. So after that, we will need to stop and change from direct current to ordinary current. So press the fat button again. Speed limit is now going up to 60 miles an hour. We're now approaching Shepherd's Bush Station. Where is the next signal? It's very far away. Yeah, night tubes are very powerful. We've got about, I think it's about 30 containers. It's pulling it like nothing. We have a signal yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal, which will be coming up in about 0.6 miles. So soon it should be some overhead wires that we can raise our pantograph to. So while though it's stop at the next signal, put the brake to maximum, and then you change power modes from direct current at 750 volts to online current 25 kilovolts at 50 hertz. Also on a gradient of 1 to 60, that's pretty steep. Even steeper than the Carlisle, Bleed Moor. So press the fat button again, because we have so many faults for some reason. So stop A and then do the power change. To change power modes, you want to put this to BRAC. Pantograph at the relay shoe control to there. So our pantograph should be raised. Like that. I just press P and press this button in the middle, VCB close. We have the fans coming back on, which means we have power, which means we can now depart. That was quick, a lot quicker than last time. Struggling a little bit to go up the hill. No, just increase the power, it's fine. Put it to 60. So we need to stop at the next signal. I think it's our signal. Signal Whiskey Sierra 207. I think when going from AC to DC, you just do the same thing I did but in reverse. Yeah, this rhythm of 30, then down to 20. So in a couple of minutes we'll be coming off the West London line and then joining the West Coast Main line towards Wembley. We have a warning for 20. The treble 99p. I think that's some sort of McDonald's advert, but not McDonald's. I wonder what's going on to the left. I think it's the depot. Or some stabling sidings. So there's a danger aspect. I don't know why this is. I don't know why this is a danger, because the 378 should be in Willesden. We're coming off here. Oh wait, we're not coming off here. We're going straight forward, straight on. We just need to wait for this 387 to Move. No, the 37 from Stratford to London. No, Stratford to Clapham. For some reason the F6 isn't working. Anyways, Stratford to Clapham Junction to Yankee 24. And yes, that one should have had its pantograph raised. Oh, where's squeaky chair? Aren't I moving? There we go. What is the track blowers? Oh, it's a Great Western, and that's although common. I wish I didn't have a squeaky chair. I can't really afford a new chair. So line to the left goes to Willesden Junction, and then the North London line towards Gospel Oak. We go straight on to the West Coast Main Line. So I got about 1.5 miles to our destination. Hopefully we should see some pendolinos come down here. So coming up in front of us is the West Coast Main Line out of London Euston. Heading north towards Willesden and Wembley. There's a Pendle from Manchester to Euston, operated by Avanti West Coast. Yeah, it's not like a Virgin. It's kind of sad not saying Virgin anymore. Not to say Avanti. So what we'll be doing is going under the West Coast Main Line. So going under all the lines and then popping up onto the downslope. No, the downslope. Speed limit is now going up to 40 miles an hour. Another fault. Press the FAP again. There we go. I'm sure I should have put more things here instead of just leaving it completely empty. I think I remember putting more stuff in here. Maybe because we're running that early, we might not see it. I mean, why did the actual train take a lot longer to get here? Speed limit is now 40. And we have a signal yellow, which means we need to stop at the next signal, which will be our destination. I don't know why it's got so much spit in my mouth. It's not really dry. I look, I just can't stop thinking about food. There's a 377 from Milton Keynes to East Croydon. Speed limit is immediately gone down to 20, even though there's literally no warning for it. Also, we're descending, which doesn't help. Come on, slow down. So we are now going under the West Coast Main Line. Now we'll be climbing back up again. So the signal in front of us will be our destination, if I can stop at it. So thank you so much for watching. It's probably split into at least 2 parts. So thank you for what? Okay, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.